What's up? So like my Reddit's been popping off, bro. So if you don't know what Reddit is, don't worry, I don't either. R/Superman and Lois. Let me start by saying I can never hate on this show. It really is top tier television and the best CW Arrowverse show I've seen. But I'm really wondering why they couldn't commit to the whole park wall. Whoa. What's a wall? Commit to the whole Parks being Lex Luthor from an alternate reality. Dude, what am I saying? I mean, I'm so satisfied with the character's story. Oh, Wall Parks is the actor. Hey, hey. Do you know why this whole thing has me confused? It's because I posted this a year ago. So, me coming back to read it now, I'm wondering why. What am I saying? Yes. But yeah, Wool Parks, as in the actor portraying Steel or John Henry Irons. I mean, I'm also satisfied with the character's story by the end of episode 8. Really one of the series' best. But I just don't understand why they did a complete U turn. I don't know if you guys remember this from episode 1, but Steele's character, who we now know as John Henry Irons, was firstly introduced as Captain Luthor. I do believe the initial intent was for this character to move forward as Lex Luthor, only for something in the works to change. The antagonist of the show was a mystery of who was this guy in the metal suit towards the characters. I was already invested in him as Luthor. So for them to turn around and say, no, he's not Luthor, he's somebody else, I felt cheated in a way. Island Dust a year ago. Um, I think you're making unfounded assumption as if they didn't commit to this because they didn't want to do a Black Lex after the fact. Fact remains, Steel Twist is greater than Black Lex. It's not even close. Race just isn't all that interesting to people that don't define their lives by how many things they can attribute racial things to in a ploy to boost their standing amongst friends with no redeemable qualities. Not that it can't be done, Billy D. Harvey Dent was a great casting after all. It's just that this, for all intents and purposes, random actor who turned out amazing in both writing and execution would have been stupid AF if they paraded around with him. My name is Black Legs pinned to his shirt in lieu of an actual three-dimensional personality and complex motivations. I think this guy has one of the best rebuttals ever, and he actually put me in my place. I don't even have anything to say to this. It's just the plot twist. Everyone wanted Steel to be on the show, but no one saw it coming. That was already here. The Mandalorian had Luke, WandaVision had Pietro, sort of. Now Superman and Lois has Steel. Pocket-sized demons. This is such a weirdly worded question. They never intended to be LL. That wasn't how they wanted to write it. It has nothing to do with them committing to anything except throwing the viewer for a loop as a way of doing something different and introducing an iconic character like John Henry Irons. And it was incredible how they did it. That was their plan. Him being Steel instead of Luthor was one of the best things about the season so far. When the hammer came flying, that was one of the true wow moments for me. Though I was already on board with him as Luthor, I thought Steel was a way better and more interesting choice, not to mention less expected. Confusing dream. Because he was never Lex, I don't really understand what you're asking. It was to throw you off to who he really was. You think he's Captain Luthor and he ends up not being him. I'm honestly glad he wasn't Lex because Lex being married to Lois would have been so boring. Yeah, not to mention Lex is interesting, the same girl slash woman that Clark likes. It's such a tired, overdone trope at this point. It's already been done with Lois and Clark and Smallville alone. I disagree with that comment. They end up using the same trope in the show, right? Because John ends up as an alternate version of Lois's husband.